Hey guys, I'm SDN Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. I'm sure you're just as excited as I was when you saw this Update 7 video drop earlier this morning. Update 7, it kind of marks a shift from the initial monthly content drops. You know, those ended with Update 6 in June, and it's kind of more focused on improvements, kind of like on the tools and the gameplay modes and the quality of life features and things that Teji have, that he showed us over the last few months. And yeah, of course, they announced that in a highlight video this morning. And the update is scheduled to be released on September 16th. That's my sister's birthday. I don't remember how old she'll be. My birthday was yesterday, so I just turned 38. So she'll be 35, I think. Yeah, 35. So, anyways, dropping on September 16th, SDN Wolf's sister's birthday. Keep that. Remember that. It's more positioned as like a tooling and mode focused patch, I would say. Really kind of emphasizing creative enhancements rather than like entirely new themes. But it's really built on community feedback, I think, for just better park building experiences, is kind of what I get out of this. Kind of different from the earlier updates that introduced, major themes, pirate, fairytale, all that stuff, rides, what also came, souvenir shops, on-ride photos, that type of stuff. Update 7 is kind of like, it's like they're going to prioritize refining the core systems more. And, if you think about it, it kind of aligns with Frontier's post-roadmap strategy, where they've slowed kind of major content additions and really kind of focused on stability, DLC preparation, it seems, especially this little cheeky, the little cheeky ending to this video, and of course the player requested mechanics. The update, as usual, will be free for all owners, and it will include cross-platform support. And one of the biggest things that I'm taking away from this, and I think it was one of those big features that we always kind of looked at it as not a given, like it'll never happen, but it's that 3-axis grid rotation. Absolutely massive upgrade to the building grid, with them allowing full 3D pitch rotation for pieces, blueprints, and obviously you can see in the video even entire structures. Previously those things were limited to like basic rotations, and this dynamic placement, like they're showing tilting scenery, like completely tilting these, what we're so used to, locked buildings, is going to create some insane elements, like as far as these custom angles go. And the one thing that I'm looking forward to the most is really, I think this is going to unlock a ton of potential for customized roof pieces. And you guys know I have struggled with roof settings ever since the original Planet Coaster days. So, and I just always remember like building, and I get to those roof pieces, and sometimes it's just you'll hit the Phantom X, like thinking, oh, let me just kind of angle this a little bit, and of course you can't. Well, in 14 days now, we're going to be able to. And I think that is one of the biggest like light bulb moments. Like, oh my gosh, I totally love this, but I never even thought to request it, because like I said, I had always thought it as a non-starter. Like, no, that's gridded pieces. They're gridded for a reason. You can't put them on a 3-axis rotation. It's just not happening. But it is happening. Also, improved path building tools are going to enhance the pathing system with better snapping, elevation controls, multi-layer support for more realistic layouts. They're going to have new options for curved paths, automatic incline adjustments, and the integration with the terrain shaping. I think that is really going to help with pathing glitches. just common issues you face if you happen to be building or wanted to build, even unknowingly build on an uneven surface like I have sometimes and had to go back and change everything. I think this addresses a frequent community complaint from the previous updates about still kind of having clunky path placement, especially in like more of your complex water park areas, or if you're trying to do multi-level designs. I just think it's like, paths can be essentially painted more freely now. And I think it just, for the precision nerds out there, this is going to be a very, very big quality of life update. I think it's going to make it easier to create those larger sprawling plazas. Definitely with the walkways and being able to box off essentially cattle pen in the queues for some of the coaster queues and your ride queues. I think that is going to be a big help, something that people have asked for quite a bit. They're going to have a challenge mode. It's a new mode kind of added to both career and sandbox, and it's going to offer structured scenarios, budget limits, time challenges, specific guest satisfaction goals, stuff like that. And I'm probably never going to touch that because I'm just more of a true sandbox player, but I know there are a lot of people out there that are going to absolutely dive into that feature. Building on update 6, the limit increases for blueprints. I believe they said, I don't even have that part of my notes pulled. Multi-select will support up to 15,000 pieces in some cases, reducing crashes in massive parks. So that's gonna be very, very cool. Tutorial and onboarding refinements, further tweaks to early game and tutorials, keys to the coaster in the swim of things for smoother progression, including optional tool tips for new path and rotation features, audio and visual polish, workshop integrations, enhanced search and download tools with the 4 GB limit from hotfix 1 still in place, allowing up to 12,000 blueprints or 240 full parks. And then of course they're going to have new tags for challenge mode creations to make sharing things easier. They're going to do a whole host of bug fixes, security heat map inaccuracies, vandalism counters in the park management screens. A bunch of that stuff is coming. And then, of course, we are not allowed to necessarily talk about that shot you saw at the end. So you're going to have to come back and not too much longer. We'll be able to kind of dive into some of that. But I think everybody can kind of get the gist on that. That's something new and very exciting is coming. Along with these hot fixes and along with update 7. So anyways, guys, let me know, is this enough to kind of get you back in the game? Has it kind of piqued your interest a little bit? Is update 7 going to make you go into Steam and click on Planet Coaster 2 more than you have in the last couple months? And I appreciate you guys stopping by and doing this little breakdown video with me. As always, go jump out and jump on Geekism. Does an incredible job on the niche breakdown of all these updates. And there's a slew of guys out there that really do a good job on these. But anyways, I'm S. Dan Wolf. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me as always. Let me know your questions down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya!